Hey guys, today I'm going to recommend you guys some devices because it's one of the most common questions I get. What phone to use for this, what device to use for this, how to get this to work. So I'm going to try to help you guys get some consistent earnings by maybe switching up your devices. And if you're scared of what device to buy, hopefully clear that up too. Play my intro. Okay, guys, let's try to get your phone farm a little bit more consistent. Maybe you're just using the wrong device. So let's get started. The app that I got started with was Swagbucks, or the service I got started with was Swagbucks. It's one of my favorite money-making things because I've probably been on it for like, I don't know, 7 years. I've been on it since SBTV used to give out 50 points, and it was just like barely a toolbar when I started using Swagbucks. So, best devices for the Swagbucks app: Swagbucks TV, Entertain Now, and all that, so forth and so on. It really only works with either really high-end devices. So if you want to use Swagbucks, you either have to use your main phone or you have to use a iPhone. I personally use a iPod 6th generation. I know that's kind of expensive. You could get them for on eBay cheaper. They go all the way down to 100. And then if you start getting them with a bad IME or a cracked screen, they get even lower and then they become affordable. But those are typically the only phones I can get to play the apps consistently without having to restart them every 5 or 6 videos. So that's what I recommend. Probably iPhone 5, 5S, 5C. Those are the cheapest ones. So next, app trailers. Same thing. Let me explain. You can use app trailers with a really cheap phone. But the option to play the videos by hand, some people are not going to want to do this, but before it was automatic, it was not automatic. So anybody that used the old school app trailers, by hand is way faster. And if you're using just the auto video part, you probably not going to get $1. Like, I do the audio video part, and then I do the other 50 cents by hand. I've tried getting it's the green button, or the one that gives out 10 points and they play like 3 videos and you gotta do it by hand. That one gives out the most points. So you keep on doing that and you can get $1 that way by playing the videos first and doing the stuff after. But the Android version doesn't keep the button for some reason. I don't know, maybe I'm using the wrong version. But the iPhone keeps the button to do it by hand all the time. So I like this. And it also gives me more reason to buy the $100 and some iPhone or iPod. Next, Rewardable. You just use cheap LG phones. Now, I have started using Rewardable because y'all keep on telling me to use it like we're divorced parents and y'all just want us to get back together. So I decided to use Rewardable. It works pretty good. I have not been paid, but people say it takes up to a month to get paid. So if I don't get paid, trust me, you guys gonna hear about it because matter of fact, if I don't get paid from Rewardable, I'm changing my YouTube name to Kosher because I'm going to be salty. So, best Rewardable phones, cheap LG phones, and it does work on the A-Cell Touch or what, A-Cell One Touch or whatever those phones are called. Um, yeah, I just got every cheap track phone I can find because I did not want to invest in reward. I did not want to invest in rewardable. In the United States, they give low income people like really cheap phones, and I just start asking for them, and people didn't want them because people don't want people to know that they're using a track phone, so they'll bring out their main phone and toss away the track phone, and I ask for the track phone. So cheap LG phones. This is LG Tribute Zone 3 and Acell Touch One Touch. So next. Earn Honey. Oh, I get so many comments about this. Surprisingly, this is like one of my favorite websites, and it doesn't work for a lot of people. Let me go through a couple of my opinions. If you are using Linux, this I don't like Linux with Earn Honey. So if you're using Earn Honey with Linux, I don't know about that. If you're using a desktop, a lot of people think I think that was a little bit loud. A lot of people think it's the RAM, which I care to disagree. I think it's the processor. I think you need at least a 2 gigahertz processor to really run Earn Honey consistently. I have used like a 1.3 and a 1.5 because I got like Toshibas. The processor kind of matters because the computer that has a 2 gigahertz processor does not crash at all. Doesn't crash that much, if at all, and the ones with lower processors just crash like all the time, and it just get on my nerves. But surprisingly, the ones with the lower processor have more RAM, and the one with a 2 gigahertz processor has a 3 gigabytes of RAM, and it plays Earn Honey fine. Second recommendation is either Roku Express or HP Stream. They do have another cheap tablet called New Vision, NU Vision tablet that also works. Best place to buy tablets because I know they're a little bit pricey is eBay. You can get one for $50 from eBay. So Toshiba tablets, I just take people's broken devices and turn them into money. That's what I do. Junkmoney123 at gmail.com. Hit me up anyway. Best phones for Perk. My opinion of Perk has changed because ever since they lost their dev team, they've been kind of sketchy. Like people tell me they make money off Perk, but it takes like 3 times the devices to make the money I used to make with like one device. So I'm changing the way I use Perk. I'll explain that in my farming setup, which I'm still trying to figure out what app I'm going to use for certain slots. And I'm upgrading my internet like a lot. Like I think I've spent $200 just upgrading the internet. No, I haven't. Oh, probably like 80, because I had to buy a new uh what's that access points and stuff like that. So yeah, Perk LG phones. I've heard great things about the Kindle. I just haven't got around to buying any because I've been buying like a lot of stuff. Um, and any LG phone, the Moto G's work. The only thing I hate that I brought so many LGs is because the process to root a Moto G is kind of long. So I'd rather just get like LG phones and use King Root. So when I get a computer for a remote desktop, it'll be fine. Next, Not a mobile, another one of my favorites, especially since you do not have to get banned for it to be like automatic. You could just use Roku. So my highest recommendation for non-mobile right now is Roku. If you have like an old TV with the white, yellow, and red just laying around, you could use a Roku Express, or you could just use regular Roku or the Roku you already have. You do still get rewarded if you change the input channel, so you could use multiple Rokus per TV. Um, Don't quote me on that because I'm just gonna cut that out of the video. And my next recommendation is a HP Stream because that was the cheapest computer that had a full version of Windows that I could think of. If you have cheaper, then that's fine. I do believe people use not a mobile on the mobile version and they automate it with auto touch, but I feel like a lot of people are hip to auto touch, so I kind of avoid that. um I don't use it for anything unless like I think the app is kind of useless otherwise, which there is one, but I ain't gonna say it yet. Yo Lotto. Oh yeah, for the people that use Yo Lotto and Rewardable, if it's not working for you, it depends on how it's not working. What I mean by that is if your lock screen is just closing on you and you don't think the app's working, the app is probably just working fine. You probably just need a keep awake, or you need to go to developer options and switch the toggle to stay awake if your phone just keeps on going blank. Because that's what happened to me with Yo Auto and Rewardable. The app was working fine, but the lock screen kept closing. So yeah. And I think that's the last slide. And those are the phones I recommend. So I'm going to get an overview because I was rambling a lot. App trailers and swag books, iPhones, pretty much everything after that besides Not a Mobile and Earn Honey, I'll recommend LG Optimus Zone 3s, LG Tributes. Anything cheap that's LG will work for most of these devices. And for Not a Mobile and Earn Honey, I'll recommend Roku because they're the new thing out, so they have the most ads right now. Earn Honey's struggling with ads, but they'll get back on it. And yeah, you guys, that's basically what I recommend. So, if you like the video, comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll hit you with more phone farming content. Peace.